It's that time again. You are back with me, Adam Salisbury, and James Sweetnam. It's episode 5. The weeks really are flying by, as I said last week. And it's another half an hour or so of really beautiful, intense, sporting analysis. Welcome aboard yet again, James.
How you doing, buddy? You alright?
Really, really well. It's been a lovely, lovely week, lovely weekend.
Yeah, that's been for sport. Yeah, firstly, we discuss a variety of sports on this show. In our description, we have time tags, so if we're discussing football or something like that and you've got no interest, you can skip to whatever sport you like, whether that be boxing or mixed martial arts or whatever. First of all, I'd like to say a thank you to John Moore, who created our new logo. He is single, so if any of you ladies look for logo making in a man, give John a call.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Anyway, moving on. Before we start talking about the sport, we usually just discuss a general life matter that we're interested in.
Yeah.
This week, I've been watching a comedy. It's been on Fox every week, right? It's called The Orville, written by Seth MacFarlane, and it's been absolutely quality.
Yeah, James has told me quite a lot about this, and but I'm not overly keen on MacFarlane. I don't think he's particularly amusing. But yeah, James loves him.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm a big sort of Ricky Gervais man. Love my Alan Partridge, Steve Coogan, really good. Wilder-Ortiz, but yeah, James tends to like sort of more
intellectual comedy.
Well, it's not intellectual.
It is, because MacFarlane's a genius. There's
nobody.
nobody.
It's not more intellectual.
There's nobody who has a better understanding and grip on society than MacFarlane from a humour point of view.
On American society.
No, just on society in general.
I disagree with that.
For me, Alan Partridge or Steve Coogan or whatever you want to call him says things in a funny voice, and that's passed off as comedy.
Yeah, that is comedy.
It's not. But it's just very basic.
In terms of Gervais, and especially David Brent in The Office, in Britain there's a lot of emphasis in sort of conversation, everyday life, on irony. Whether that's sort of like having a bit of banter with your mate, or trying to put somebody who you don't like, their ego down sort of thing. And Brent he just massively epitomises that. He uses irony brilliantly, and that, in terms of the character Brent plays, and Gervais writing that, is clearly, in my opinion, a better grip on society than MacFarlane, who, in my opinion, just gets like quick laughs, like a quick buck, but a laugh.
I completely disagree there. MacFarlane executes society perfectly.
In America, yeah.
It's nothing to do with America,
Who
though.
don't tend to do irony.
It's not about irony, though. Really.
It's just
comedy's not just irony.
Well, no, but it's just a quick laugh with MacFarlane. He was a Family Guy, weren't he? That's just it's immature, sort of.
Well, Family Guy isn't immature. No, it's completely different to say a South Park. I like South Park, but Family Guy's more sort of built into the story jokes. Whereas South Park will just be something outrageous. Yeah. Family Guy's more something aimed at a society, or how life works in general, like how a middle-aged family works, like man, wife, nuclear family, and breaks down how that works.
I'm pretty sure there's a woman in there who has sex with a dog, in a relationship with a dog.
Well, the dog gets a bit of sex here and there. Brian, Brian's a ladies' man.
We're not talking Keith Lord out of Phoenix Nights. He's drawing a dog.
Right, okay. Yeah, I find Ricky Gervais fairly funny. I don't think he's on the level of MacFarlane, but I like bits and bobs of what he's done. I like An Idiot Abroad. That's not really for him, though. More due to Carl Pilkington. But yeah.
I really do think that Gervais is the leading comic on the planet.
He's not. It's MacFarlane.
It's not.
Family Guy's the most successful adult cartoon ever made. He's branched out now into things like Ted Again, because he did a sequel, A Million Ways to Die in the West, and now he's doing The Orville. It's not quick laughs. The man wouldn't be selected to host things like the Oscars and the Golden Globes if he wasn't very funny.
Well, Gervais is exactly the same.
No, but you're saying that Seth MacFarlane's a quick laugh.
He's a quick laugh.
He isn't.
Of course he's a quick laugh.
He's not a quick laugh.
He is a quick laugh. Just look at everything he's done.
Gervais is literally little, like, comments in the office trying to do things like really subdued. It's not particularly funny.
It's It's extremely amusing.
It's not.
It's comedy for the intellectual. Anyway, move on.
Boxing this weekend, Deontay Wilder got his acid test. He defeated Wilder-Ortiz in what was probably the fight of the year so far.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an absolutely fantastic fight, and I'll be honest, I didn't watch it live because I was popping till I dropped in Pop World.
Yeah, do you want to explain exactly why you didn't watch it live?
I was just in Pop World, dancing to Wild Cherries play that funky music. Anyway, yeah. So
You weren't dancing with anyone?
No.
Any BBWs?
Oh, you dirty man.
Yeah.
Anyway, digressing from Pot World. Yeah. Well, yeah. I didn't watch it live, but I have watched it back. I didn't know the result, but I still had a tear in my eye to a certain extent after a fight. Wilder-Ortiz is a renowned drugs cheat, as we know. But
yeah, you actually tweeted that he was your favourite of all the drug cheats, which baffled me a little bit, but...
Yeah, well, it was sort of a drunken tweet, but no, I stick by it. Ortiz is one of those blokes who you just think he's a really nice Cuban family man.
He looks like a stereotypical dad.
He does, doesn't he?
Like, loves giving his kid a bedtime story type thing.
Yeah, he's got a really lovely, cute face on him, which is brilliant for a boxer.
I thought he resembled a frog, like in the face. And he was wearing green clothing.
No, that's racist.
It's not remotely racist.
Anyway, no.
Yeah, moving on to the fight rather than discussing Wilder-Ortiz's home life.
Yeah.
I thought Lewis looked good in the opening few rounds.
He did. It was a quite subdued Wilder, wasn't it? Like sort of.
Well, that's how Wilder tends to be. He isn't a walk forward explosive fighter in the way that say Joshua is. He's more on the back foot, jabbing. He's got a laser jab, Wilder. Yeah. And then look, that right hand can really come at any sort of point. You don't feel like it's coming all the time. It could just happen at any time. And it came in the 5th round for the first time. And Ortiz felt it was on the deck pretty quickly.
Yeah, it took me back to when Hay wobbled Value-Ev. It was that pronounced of a wobble. No, yeah. Look, it was a huge shot. Wilder's got immense power, as we know. But every credit to Ortiz, because I think it was the 2nd round. So Wilder landed a jab, and Ortiz sort of chuckled to himself and sort of gave Wilder the nod. So he felt the power there and then. But no, I thought he boxed really well, Ortiz, for a man who's renowned for being relatively slow on his feet. But unfortunately,
yeah, very old man, 74, I think.
Yeah, extremely old.
Yeah, so Ortiz boxed his way back into the fight after that 5th round, and I cannot believe Deontay Wilder stayed on his feet after the 7th. He looked completely gone. If that's Howard Foster and he's going in after the first couple of shots.
Absolutely, yeah.
How the rumours surrounding Deontay Wilder's chin were proved to be false because Lewis hit him with some huge shots, and how Deontay Wilder showed enough heart to get through it. I can't believe it.
No, it was absolutely tremendous, and I'll be honest, if I was the referee, I would have been in there because he was taking massive shots off a massive puncher. But to his credit, to the referee's credit, and to Wilder's credit, he came back and won the fight. So it was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that power's always going to be there. Even late, in fact, he's had experiences before with, say, Artur Spilka, where he's been losing a fight and he's found the right hand. It's scary. I've not really seen power like it. There's definitely not power like it in the current heavyweight division.
No.
And there's a lot of big punches in there, but Wilder's sort of set apart from the rest.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't be overly keen to enter a ring with Deontay Wilder. That's a fact, but yeah.
I hope you give a good account of yourself.
As always, look, I'd keep Deontay at arm's length on that jab,
yeah.
But it's just a case of can my head keep moving at a 12. No, but yeah. In terms of Wilder, he doesn't punch
correctly.
He's a bit more of a slapper.
Yeah, I actually feel like the fact that he's so unorthodox and weird. Like Tyson Fury's unorthodox, but that sort of technical stuff he's learned from Peter Fury.
Yeah.
But Deontay's just all over the place, and I feel like fighters just can't really get to grips with it.
No. Yeah. Well, you could tell it was awkward for Ortiz, but yeah, it was an awkward first couple of rounds. The fans were booing, but then
yeah, it ended up being an unbelievable fight. Yeah. Anyway, he's won it, and of course he's aiming for the Joshua Parker winner. He'll be at Cardiff to commentate. Another heavyweight, Tyson Fury, first rumoured return. I'm hearing rumbles of Tony Bellew at Old Trafford. Now, I know what we're going to say. If Tyson is fully fit, Tony Bellew couldn't land a punch. Tyson, he's too big, he moves too well, just too awkward for Tony. But what do you think of this Tyson coming back?
I think even a 70% Tyson would beat a Tony Bellew, but I saw a couple of comments in the last weekend or in the week. I think it was on the Sunday, that next gen, when Tony Bellew was punditing, and he said, "I actually hit harder than Tyson Fury." No, Tony. No, you don't. But yeah, I'll be honest. I can't see Tony Bellew troubling many of the elite heavyweights.
Yeah. He is underestimated, Tony, but Tyson's a step too far, in my opinion.
Well, Tyson's a step too far for the current world champions.
Yeah, you look at the likes of Parker, Wilder, Joshua, and even below that level, there's nobody who's technically brilliant. Tyson really is the standout. And because he's so big, and because he's got such a good reach and awkward head movement, people can't cope with that at this level. No. Which is why he's set apart from the rest of the heavyweights, if he comes back as good as he left.
Yeah, look, if we see the Fury out in Dusseldorf 2015, nobody gets near him.
Yeah. Anyway, Kell Brook is back.
The great man.
Last week we had a slight debate over whether or it was acceptable for Kell to quit at Bramall Lane, but that doesn't matter this week because he's come back with an explosive performance over Sergei Rabchenko. Impressive, wasn't he?
He really is a special one, and I've said it to James for many years. Look, don't read too much into that Errol Spence defeat or that Golovkin defeat. He really is a special fighter.
Yeah, he's one of our pound-for-pound best in the country.
And look, Rabchenko, you'd expect him to beat him, but he beat Rabchenko
it's the manner.
In fine style.
Yeah, Kell, that weight is clearly very important. He looked sharp from the outside. He looked very nervous, and of course he was going to be because he's had those two troubling losses.
Understandable.
But I think this is the point where Kell Brook's career turns. He was really underutilised, I felt, by Hearn. If he'd have got, say, the fights with the likes of Jesse Vargas, Danny Garcia, before the Golovkin fight, we could have been looking at a unified welterweight champion, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. And I feel like now it's Kell Brook's time to set the world alight, all the lights, if you will. So yeah, Jamel Charlo's a rumoured opponent. Of course, Kell won that WBC silver title, so he'll be ranked. Jamel's offered him a fight in June. Would you be willing to see Kell travel out to Texas to fight Jamel Charlo?
So look, it's an extremely difficult fight. Only had one fight at this new weight division. I'd give it one or two more, but it will be a cracking fight.
I feel like the best Kell Brook beats the best Jamel Charlo. However, on a couple of occasions, I've had to eat humble pie with Jamel because in his fight where he won the world title, I didn't think he was that impressive. Then he had a couple of fights where he looked better, and then I actually picked him to lose against Erickson Lubin, and he sparked him inside a round. So, yeah, he's impressed me, Jamel. And interestingly enough, Derek James is Jamel Charlo's trainer, who's also the trainer of Errol Spence. So, adds a bit of a grudge to it, makes it a bit more interesting.
It does, but if I'm honest, before the eye injury, I think Brook goes on to beat Spence.
Yeah, Spence has offered to give him a rematch if Brook wins a world title at 154.
Yeah, well.
And I'd be more than keen to see that again.
Let's get it on.
Yeah. Absolute heartbreak for Dave Allen. I felt absolutely gutted. I'd have liked Dave to have won that Commonwealth title and have been in bed with his Commonwealth title on one side, a BBW on the other, and balls deep in a KFC bargain bucket. But it wasn't to be. Wasn't to be.
Stations open.
Absolutely. But yeah, I was absolutely gutted. I felt flat for the rest of that. I think all of British boxing wanted Dave to win that fight. Such a likeable character, but unfortunately, this is boxing and head clashes happen, and hopefully Eddie can get that fight on straight away.
Yeah, it's obviously awful. I was gutted. Again, I wasn't watching, but I received messages like nightmare for Dave Allen and stuff like that. I was like, oh no, what's happened? He's got me knocked out here. Something
I turned downtown to stay and watch Dave Allen. Yeah,
but no, he's a really likeable bloke on Twitter. He'll definitely be back and he'll beat Leroy Thomas. No problem.
Yeah, a bit of humble pie for Gamalyev, sorry. Yeah. The experience showed. McDonald put on a clinic, really, and beat him quite comfortably. Yeah,
look, I've been a good advocate of your fight. I think he's really talented, but G. McDonald struck the
Yeah, congratulations for Gavin for getting a co-main event on a Sky platform. It doesn't really get the exposure. His brother Jamie, of course, is the world champion.
Oh, yeah.
He's fighting in rumoured to be fighting in Japan against Naoya Inoue. I really rate Jamie. I think he's been an underrated talent in British boxing. He's got some really good wins abroad, but I feel he struggles at the weight now. Naoya Inoue is a monster. It's already a two-weight champion after just a handful of fights. And with sincere regret, I think he probably walked through Jamie. And I do say that with regret.
But what a really dirty away day that is for...
Yeah, if you're from Doncaster and you fancy a trip out to Japan...
Nostrils deep in sushi.
I'm keen. Potentially.
I'm keen, why not?
What? To go out and watch Jamie in Japan?
Yeah, why not? Meet up with Shinzuki Nakamura. couple of pies, couple of chopsticks. Why not?
Some sweet and sour.
That Chinese.
Or is it just strictly Chinese?
That's racist.
What do they do in Japan?
A lot of dog, a lot of sushi.
A load of dog.
Oh, yeah, a shitload of dog. And also a lot of sumo wrestling.
Yeah, you don't tend to eat the sumo wrestlers, although there probably will be enough meat on them.
Oh, plenty.
Well, yeah.
Feed the 5,000 sort of thing.
As Jesus once said.
And that's not weightist, it's just true.
Yeah, here's an issue I've got. When British fighters get chances abroad in fights that they'll be a big underdog in, people have this instinctive reaction to go, he'll get smashed, he doesn't deserve this world title shot.
Fury in Dusseldorf.
Yeah, I'm not talking about him in particular though here. Rocky Fielding is going out to the States to challenge Gilberto Ramirez for his WBO super middleweight title. I don't think Rocky has a lot of a chance, but I feel that instead of being nasty to someone and saying they've got no chance whatsoever, I don't get why as Brits we can't just get behind them and hope that he somehow manages to pull this off. Yeah,
in this country we tend to want the demise of our own, don't we really? It's a bit weird really, but yeah. I'd wish Rocky all the best. Hope he wins.
Yeah, Sergey Kovale's back. He dispatched McElkin fairly comfortably. I'm gutted because I love Sullivan Barrera. But unfortunately, this time he was dropped and stopped by Dimitri Bivol, who I think's the real deal. Dimitri's timing's superb.
Yeah, I thought Dimitri to win on points at 5-2 was a lovely price. Only for him to get a stoppage in the 12th. So luckily I didn't
sort of happy that happens because that keeps Sullivan Barrera's record alive. I think he's been dropped in 8 of his last fights.
Yeah.
Fucking won 6 of them. Every credit.
Yeah.
Next week, I am buzzing. I'm a huge Scott Quigg fan, and he takes on Oscar Valdez in what is set to be an absolute firefight.
Yeah, old Quigg, aren't we? Big fans of Quigg. We backed him all the way in that Frampton fight, and we're backing him all the way back up to that level. Freddie Roach on board. Come on, Quiggy.
I really believe in Quigg. Valdez, of course, is a monster puncher. But for me, and I might come back to eat humble pie again, and I keep using the expression humble pie today, so I'll try and avoid it.
You love a pie?
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beaver? No.
Sorry? Yeah. So anyway, Scott taking on Oscar. Oscar, a big puncher, but for me, slightly overrated. He was caught in that Mariaga fight quite a few times. In his last fight, he was dropped. And I feel there's vulnerabilities, and if you get caught on the chin clean by Scott Quigg, your lights could be going out.
Yeah, but equally, I mean, if Quigg gets
caught by Valdez, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's Curtis as well. Yeah. So I expect Quigg to win. I actually think he'll win on points. It's
a quality fight. Quigg a slight underdog, but I feel as Brits we need to get behind Scott Quigg this week and really will him on. I think it's going to be a fight of the year contender because either man could knock the other one out in a flash. It could be a both men go down job. But yeah, all the best to Scott, and we're doing a bit of a tribute to him at the end of the show because he's one of our favourite fighters.
Rock and roll star.
Yeah. Mikey Garcia is back. He takes on Sergey Lipinets in an attempt at becoming a 4-weight world champion. He's quality, isn't he, Mikey?
He's special. And I thoroughly expect him to become a 4-weight world champion. He is one of the best of our generation.
Yeah, he's one of the best pals. It's a shame that he's not really been given the coverage he deserves, Mikey.
Especially over here.
Yeah, he's had promotional issues and such. But his power's monstrous, and I think Sergey's a decent level world champion, but I don't think he's particularly good. I think Mikey will walk through him, and then, of course, there's those massive, massive fights at 135 with the likes of Linares, Lomachenko, etc. And I'm sure we'd love to see Mikey in those fights. And it's interesting, even though Terence Crawford's gone up to that new division, 147, it's really opened up that 140 division. And Mikey will have a world title there. Terry Flanagan, of course, of Manchester, he'll hopefully win a world title on April the 14th. Josh Taylor's looking quality. Regis Progress is in and around. So it's a really good division, that 140 division. It's interesting. And of course, Kill Relic will have a chance of redemption on that undercard against Rancis Bartholomew. Hopefully he can win this time round.
Great name, actually, Rancis Bartholomew.
It's actually one of the greats, Bartholomew. I quite like it.
Bartholomew.
You'd sort of associate that with somebody down south, but he's a Cuban, Rancis.
Yeah. I'm sure Ortiz will be in his corner.
Yeah. If he recovers.
Yeah, we were discussing this earlier on in the night. And my question to our listeners is, does Luis Ortiz love a cheese board?
I can imagine he loves a picnic. Sort of grapes and wine and
with
such.
the kids.
Oh, with the kids, absolutely. But he likes treating the wife, I think.
Oh, yeah. He knows how to treat a woman.
Yeah, of course he knows how to satisfy Luis. He's a very skillful Cuban and potentially skillful in other areas.
Yeah. Hung nicely, I'd imagine.
Well, you'd be surprised if he wasn't.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say on that matter. But anyway, decent weekend of football. Man City got the victory over Chelsea.
Yeah, look, this was one of the worst games you'll see, and you'll wish to see at that level. Look, I seem to be saying it all week, every week to different people, and the standard of football is just ridiculous nowadays. It's just shite. I mean, Chelsea as Man City.
Yeah, we'll get on to the bloody championship in a minute, but
look. Anyway, that's a better standard at Prem. Anyway, yeah, Chelsea. People associate Mourinho with part of the bus tactics, but there's not one manager this weekend who's got more defensive than Antonio Conte. He's not played a striker. He's literally got his players, all 11, to sit behind the ball for 90 minutes. It was a defeated attitude from the champions. Literally didn't go out looking for any sort of result, as if they were happy with a 1-0 defeat. If I was a Chelsea headhunter, I'd be swinging at everything. Anyone, anything.
Yeah.
Disgraceful.
Well, as the big Arsenal fan that you are, you had another loss this weekend to Brighton of all teams.
Stop suggesting I'm an Arsenal fan.
It's his Prem team. His glory hunting team. As I said, they don't have a lot of glory.
Plenty of glory. Yeah.
Azak fever.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Woeful from Arsenal yet again. Petr Cech at fault for the goals mostly. Other than a terrible mix-up in defence for the second. They're giving the ball away, and the rest, as he says, history. It was just, look, it's getting awkward. It's getting really horrible to watch at the moment, Arsenal. I mean, Arsene Wenger. I saw an analogy by someone the other day that Arsene Wenger's a bit like a boxer who keeps losing but keeps taking another fight. Just keeps getting sparked out. That's what...
He's kind of like the Roy Jones Jr. of football management.
Yeah, but Roy Jones...
Absolutely quality back in his day,
yeah.
But it's just gone on far, far too long.
Yeah.
And Roy Jones has called it a day now, so hopefully, eventually Arsene decides to call it a day. Look, he's really ruining his legacy.
If there's anybody on the Arsenal board with a decent-sized scrotum, Arsene Wenger will not be at that football club come tomorrow morning. But unfortunately, the fact is that he will be at the football club until at least the end of the season.
He'll be 95 before he leaves that football club.
And Liverpool still won't have won the league. Yeah. Awful news emerged out of Italy on Sunday that Fiorentina captain Davide Story, the Italian international, had passed away at the age of 31. Awfully sad. Rest in peace. It seems every week we are wishing someone rest in peace.
Yeah, it's absolutely horrible. Of course, our thoughts are with the family and friends. It's just horrible news.
It's just
so
every
young.
week. Just stop killing people.
What? I know what you're trying to say, but yeah. But anyway, yeah, just rest in peace. Hopefully, his family and friends can get through these hard times and just focus on the memories. Yeah. So anyway, Gentry Day, a good one for you.
Absolutely fantastic.
3-1 to Preston. Were you happy?
I was absolutely delighted. Look, it's a great day, Gentry Day. Had my all 4,000 Preston North End supporters descended on the Macron Stadium in Horwich. Yeah, North End ran out 3-1 winners. They went 1-0 down, unfortunately, but it was never in doubt as far as I'm concerned. You can check my Twitter on that. I tweeted at half time that I'd seen enough of this and that North End would prevail. And that's what they ultimately did. They played the better stuff for 90 minutes. And at the end, it was really nice to see the gaffer and all the players embracing with the fans, with the bowler hats on. It was just really great to see. And let's really charge for promotion. Also, if you sort of an North End supporter but can't make it on for whatever reason every week, get yourself there on Tuesday night. Bristol City at home.
Yeah, a sort of game you dream of.
Stop being a cock.
It's really not. I can't see the appeal to Preston Bristol.
I like it because Bristol are 6th in the league. They play really attacking football. North End coming to their own when they come up against free playing sides. Look, North End have got a great record.
Yeah, how do you think North End season's going? Are you happy with it?
I'm absolutely delighted with North End season.
Do you see yourself being in the playoffs?
Look, we want to hunt. We're in the hunt. We are well and truly there. So these next 2 games will define our season. Bristol City are challenging for the playoffs, and Fulham on the Saturday, and they're both at D-Down.
So it's a must-win, really.
Yeah, absolutely. They will define our season. So, if you can't get on too much, get yourself on those 2 games. Let's get a good atmosphere going. Let's get North End into those playoffs. Up the Whites.
Anyway, so moving on to the mixed martial arts over the weekend. UFC 222 took place. As I predicted on last week's show, Chris Cyborg walked through Yana Kutkatsai with just easily. It's a real issue with that division because there's no challenges for Cyborg. They're looking to draft people in from Invicta or to get people like Amanda Nunes to go up from 135. I just sort of feel like there's just not enough talent for Cyborg to fight, and it's a shame for her because she's a good fighter. But although she is a beast, she's a monster of a woman. There are vulnerabilities there. She's not brilliant in the clinch.
In the clit?
Well, we're not just, well, I know I said she was a bloke last week, but I didn't mean like that. But yeah, I feel like she can be beaten. That's my view. I don't think she's this indestructible talent. She's very good, but I think she's beatable. And if somebody like Amanda Nunes does step up, I know she's a weight below, but I don't feel like that fight's a foregone conclusion. Anyway, I had a bit of a weird night because I was up really I was gutted for Dave Allen, and then really happy after watching Ortiz Wilder because it was a really good fight, and then down again when Frankie Edgar got sparked inside a round by Brian Ortega. I said that I loved Frankie last week. He's a legend of this game. Of course, a former world champion. Had never been stopped in the octagon before, but unfortunately, when you've taken so much punishment over the years, it all builds up. And I said Brian was special, and I wasn't wrong. He unfortunately got the job done over Frankie inside the opening round. Monster of an uppercut. Great stoppage from the referee. And that'll set up a world title shot for him against Max Holloway.
Yeah, I honestly don't think that there's a man alive that would have survived that uppercut. It was absolutely massive. Huge backswing, and that connection was incredible. Rest in peace, Frankie Edgar.
Frankie's not dead as of yet.
Well,
hopefully he'll have a couple more fights. It's a shame because I really wanted him to see that chance against Max Holloway to become a 2-weight world champion, but it's not to be. So Brian will fight Max, hopefully in Hawaii. Who knows? I'm sure Dana would love a trip out to Hawaii.
How about we get a fight with Ian Holloway?
I think he could keep him on the end of the jab.
Yeah. Why not?
You know, that'd be bizarre because I could find myself in the middle really rooting for Ian Holloway.
Here's a fact of the day for you. Ian Holloway once called me a tosser 10 years ago.
Wow. Harry Potter's lost his magic.
No, that wasn't Ian, but yeah.
Well, who said that to you? That was a commentator on Match of the Day said that to you.
Well, not Match of the Day, on late kickoff. What's his name? Tony Livesey. Yeah, cheers, Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, very loose affair. I appeared on camera 1 minute and then sort of stumbled and then made it back on camera and Sorry, Liv, who was narrating this and suggested that I was Harry Potter and I had lost my magic. So
yeah, if you come to us for MMA analysis, I sincerely apologise for talking about Ian Holloway. But yeah, Max Holloway, a serious talent. Brian, a serious talent. And I would love to see that fight. The best fight in the best. And they're two massive featherweights. Brian, probably the better submission game, but Max is a lethal striker, breaks people down and stops them. I'd love to see the fight. Stefan Struve was beaten by Andrei Arlovski. Two sort of legends, I suppose. Well, more so Andrei fighting at the weekend. Andrei, of course, took the win and he moves on.
Only a legend because of his height. Bellator
200 will take place in London. Gegard Mousasi will take on Rafael Carvalho for the Bellator middleweight title. And I'm really frustrated by this because with everything that's gone on in the middleweight division in the UFC, I feel like Gegard really should have got a shot at the title. And of course he felt underutilised by the UFC and he's made the switch to Bellator. But after Robert Whittaker, I'd sort of say that Gegard's the best middleweight in the world. So it's a shame that he's not got the chance to prove it. But hopefully he picks up this belt in London. MVP will be on the undercard.
Montel
well, not the WWE superstar, but
right.
Michael Venom Page.
That's a shame.
Well, I'd quite like to see Montel Vontavious Proctor. Always a sportsman in WWE.
Yeah, really, I miss his walk-on. He used to have that sort of, like, inflatable alley sort of thing, weren't it? As he came on stage. Remember that? The gold thing.
No, I can't. I used to remember he wore really nice outfits.
I'm Googling this.
Right, get it Googled.
Nice outfits. It was tight lycra.
Well, they all have a bit of tight lycra in the WWE. Anyway, Michael Bisping could be taking on his arch nemesis, Luke Rockhold, for a trilogy fight. Of course, there's no point me trying to be objective here. I'm a huge Michael Bisping fan. I believe he took Luke Rockhold's soul with that left hook. And I feel like he beat Luke Rockhold again. Although it is a dangerous fight for Michael's final bout.
Yeah, Michael should never fight again.
Well, he should. He should go out the legend that he is. One last win is what I'd like to see. Anyway, bit of a weird week for the darts. The Premier League was cancelled in Exeter due to the beast from the east.
Yeah, so we're not talking about Adrian Lewis. The darts in Exeter fell foul of the awful snow that's taken place down south.
Yeah, what did you think of the snow this week? Have you enjoyed it? You a snowman? Snowman.
I'm not
We're
a snowman.
walking in the air.
A great song by...
I'm not sure.
Who did it? Who sang it? I pride myself on useless knowledge like that.
You pride yourself on knowledge of who sung Walking in the Air.
Yes, it's so irrelevant. I've completely forgotten. Anyway, back to snow. Yes, it's great for about an hour and then it just starts to fuck you off.
I think with Alan Jones?
Yes, Alan Jones! Yeah, the young Welsh song... I know he said songstress, but he's a male.
So yeah, small issue with that analysis. But it's what you're here for.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. For me, snow, I like there used to be no snow or absolutely shed loads of snow. If there's a little bit of snow, I'm not really into it.
So you want to be like snowed under?
I want to be like absolutely in bits. School over, school done.
Covered in snow. Just
covered in snow.
Head to toe in snow.
Absolutely covered. Snow angels everywhere. Snowball fights everywhere.
Jon Snow.
Yeah, you love to be covered in the white stuff. But anyway.
It's always have been as well.
Yeah. Moving on to the actual darts. The UK Open took place over the weekend. And first of all, it was nice to see that we got a documented just description of Martin Schindler's journey through the snow. Of course, he was coming over from Germany. And we got to see his journey to Minehead.
Yes, it started really... He's a really bizarre bloke, Martin Schindler.
About 3'4".
He just looks bizarre. Every interview he does is bizarre.
But he's a talented man. Or boy. Yeah. Or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not... This could be quite controversial. Has Martin Schindler has a sex change? He looks like a female in the face.
I'm going to say, like Claire Balding type thing?
Yeah, but Claire Balding looks slightly female. Looks female, because she's a female.
But I reckon, look at him, I reckon he's going to be ID'd till he's about 44, Martin Schindler, because he looks about 7 now.
He's got a baby face, hasn't he? And he looks like a female.
Yeah, I've not gone too in depth on that.
I think Martin Schindler's gone the full way. I think he was once known as Martina Schindler.
Martina Schindler. That's a really nice name, actually, Martina Schindler.
Yeah, a really lovely name. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, could you imagine coming from Germany and then having your journey to Minehead documented?
Could you imagine being from Germany and having to travel to Minehead in the first place?
Just ridiculous, isn't it? Anyway, it was a weird tournament. Firstly, in the first round, well, not the first round, but the first night, loads of big names exited. Michael van Gerwen gone, Adrian Lewis gone, Simon Whitlock gone, etc. It was a weird start, wasn't it?
Yeah, some huge names dropped out of the competition. Yeah, Geoffrey de Zwaan is the man that beat his fellow Dutch
Darting Dynamo!
Or Doyen, as I was going to say. Yes, he's a prolific treble 20 hitter, Geoffrey de Zwaan. He's one of the heaviest scorers around. He's ranked something ridiculous. We saw a couple of great cameo performances at the Grand Slam of darts in 2017. And I personally think if he can sort his doubling out, he'd be a really talented player. Anyway, he beat the world number one. He beat MVG. Every credit Geoffrey de Zwaan.
Yeah, I tell you what, it was nice to see the run that John Part has had in this competition.
Darth Maple.
We love a bit of the maple juice. I don't think I've ever drunk maple juice though.
No,
more of an orange juice man.
I can honestly say I've never drunk maple juice.
I reckon Wilder-Ortiz probably enjoys maple juice. Probably takes it on his picnic.
Yeah, maybe, but there's no one who enjoys maple juice more than
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
I'm really trying to think of a Canadian. Drake.
Fergie Elmer.
Fergie Elmer, don't bring that man up. Yeah, especially not on this. Anyway, John Part rolling back the years. I was saying to James earlier on, when I first started watching darts, John Part was prolific. Used to get to the quarters, the semis, the final of most competitions. A 3-time world champion. This man's quality. And it was great to see him slightly successful this weekend. He came in stuck in the quarter final, obviously.
Yeah, but it's good to get that far. It's been. I think they said it's been. Was it 2007 the last time he strung 4 TV wins together?
Yeah.
Yeah, so impressive that he's back playing darts to a decent standard.
Yeah, good
I like John, and it was good to see that he was getting a bit emotional and he was happy. I like to see people do well, and John did do well over the weekend.
Yeah.
I love Terry Jenkins' bald head, and it's as simple as that. I think his head looked magnificent. Terry, a legend of the game, but went out in the first round, but his head just looked fantastic. Anything to say?
Not really, other than I miss the bull. I wish the bull was back playing lovely darts.
Anyway, the final. Corey Cadby managed to make his first major final against Gary Anderson. Corey, I thought, had a chance in the match. He was talking in a post-match interview, actually. I think it was after his quarter-final affair against Gerwin Price. He was saying that he's learned something off Rob Cross, just to breathe, take a deep breath, have a look at the floor, gather yourself, and then walk up to the hockey and throw your dart. This is clearly something that's working to Corey because he's playing exceptionally well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a really good player, a great prospect. Will go on to win plenty of majors in the future. But yeah, he made it to his first ever major. Final was 4-1 up against Anderson in a race to 11 legs. Unfortunately, came unstuck, but he will be back, no doubt about it. This man's got serious.
Congratulations to the Flying Scotsman for adding yet another major title to his collection.
Yeah.
And he's getting of that age now, Gary, where he could be done in the next couple of years or so, and he's been an outstanding servant to the game. He really has been excellent, hasn't he?
Yeah, look, he keeps saying, I've only got one more year left in me. You are joking. This man's incredible. And we saw it in the Premier League a couple of weeks ago, that game with Michael van Gerwen. He can still mix it with the big boys.
Yeah, and Peter Wright.
Yeah.
Still a brilliant player, Gary.
He's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to a subject. I'm pretty surprised we're covering this, but we're going to cover figure skating.
Oh, yes. We love figure skating.
Jane Torval, Christopher Dean, it's Dancing on Ice, and it's not live, but it's being covered now.
And it's live.
Yeah, very basic. Ken Ketaney went tonight off Love Island. The final will be Brooke Vincent from Coronation Street, plays Sophie. Always been a big fan of Brooke. Her revolutionary storyline with Sean was just absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah,
It's just absolutely
it's
brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant to see lesbians on the cobbles, but no.
Lesbians on the cobbles has a lovely ring to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a shame they cut that storyline short.
In fact, a TV programme. Lesbians on the cobbles.
Yeah, it's a nice one. Yeah, so if anyone's listening for any sort of TV company and would be interested in buying into lesbians on the cobbles,
we'll try and get Claire Balding on board. What then?
Claire Balding, Martin Schindler.
And they are the first two names on the list.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
If we get a decent cast going, lesbians on the cobbles could probably take off.
I'm really trying to think of a lesbian.
I reckon Channel 5 would probably pick that up. They'll pick anything up.
Yeah.
But who else we got? Let's try and think of a lineup.
As long as it's naked.
No, because then we're just exploiting these lesbians. I want like a decent
that's
show.
Channel 5, I mean. Like they'd only take it on if it was naked.
So Claire Balding, Martin Schindler. Who else would be a decent addition to Lesbians on the Cobbles?
Martina Navratilova. Yes.
Right, okay.
The former tennis star. I'm a Celebrity.
Nicola Adams might be keen to do it.
Is she lesbian, Nicola Adams?
No, she's a lesbian, Nicola.
You're joking. Is Katie Taylor a lesbian?
No, I think she's married.
Oscar Wilde were married.
Well, this is it. But yeah, not being disrespectful, I just think it has a brilliant ring, that programme.
Yeah, let's get it on. Lesbians on the Cobbles. Anyway, moving on to Dancing on Ice.
Yeah, and Max Evans, the rugby player, and Jake Quickenden from X Factor. Yeah. He's on pretty much everything nowadays.
Yeah, Jake Quickenden got a perfect score on this week's show. I mean, Christopher Dean was in tears at a performance by Jake Quickenden. What is figure skating coming to? Yeah, and I watched it for many a year.
Yeah, and Jake Quickenden in tears was in tears himself after hearing that Jimmy Bullard was in the audience. Anyway, yeah, I used to watch Dancing on Ice all the time when I was a kid. Me and Mum used to watch it religiously on a Sunday.
Yeah, not the only one.
Grated cheese sandwiches, orange juice, a carrot, and a chocolate flake dessert was my meal whilst I enjoyed Dancing on Ice on a Sunday night.
You had a sandwich for your tea?
Yeah, no, that was a Sunday thing, a grated cheese sandwich, I think.
So a lot of people in this country have a roast dinner on a Sunday. James has a grated cheese sandwich for his tea, yeah.
I do, yeah. I've been eating those chocolate flake desserts for the last 15 years or so. I remember, like, for example, you know when you go to a party and you'll know, like, the person quite well this party is and you'll end up, like, staying over.
To a certain extent.
Yeah. And most people take, like, quite a lot of alcohol and stuff. Yeah. Well, I'll stock up on chocolate flake desserts and minstrels. That's sort of my thing.
Yeah.
Always effective for late night snacking.
Yeah, well, as I've said many a time on this show, I'm not a late night snacker. I like to watch what I eat. But
you're on that diet now. Oh, so how's your Lent going? Well,
Lent, yeah, still not touched a flake of pastry.
Congratulations!
It's absolutely killing me.
Yeah. That Palm Bakery will be missing you.
Bloody hellfire! I was keeping it alive.
Greg's have gone bust.
Yeah.
So yeah, I used to love Dancing on Ice. I used to watch, Ray Quinn used to be a joy to watch on that ice, skating around for fun. Yeah. Do you remember Todd Carty? I had a throwback to this the other day.
Oh, clue Todd Carty.
Todd Carty was the lad who was dancing on ice and obviously, and then sort of fell over and skated out of the arena.
Yes, I remember that. That was comedy. Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah, I've got a throwback for you as well. This is probably the most. I obviously, as a fight fan, I've watched some horrific trash talking press, like some real people who wreck people. Michael Bisping, Tyson Fury, these sort of names.
Mick Foley.
Yeah, these sort of people ripping people apart. But I've never seen a more savage comment than Jason Gardner. He was abusing one of the contestants as he likes to do. And Karen, who was an ex-George and current choreographer, had a go at Jason saying, no, this person's a good dancer. And Jason looked at Square in the eyes and went, well, if your opinion mattered, you'd still be on the panel. I couldn't believe it. Hands on head. I couldn't believe what I'd heard.
Yeah, now Jason Gardner is he's become soft in his old age. It'd be like Lord Sugar on The Apprentice. He's not quite got that vigour anymore.
That
Jason
venom
Gardner.
that he used to have, Jason.
That evil nature of Jason Gardner's gone.
Is there any dream participants you'd like to see on Dancing on Ice? I was thinking of one earlier. I think Tyson Fury would be a brilliant one, because you'd assume he'd be terrible, but I think he'd glide round the ring like an angel.
Yeah.
Using that footwork.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Fergie Olver.
Yeah.
I'd obviously break the bank.
I think he's in prison.
If Fred West was alive, maybe.
I don't know if he'd be any good at dancing, but...
Well, no, but He could be decent value, let's be honest, Fred West.
Fred West is dead. He's dead. I need
am I not allowed to pick
No. I want live people who aren't serial killers.
Oh, right. Sherman Robertson?
I don't know who Sherman is.
Okay. Let's think of one. Paul Merson.
Paul Merson?
Yeah. Chris Kamara. In fact, just anyone in that Gillette Soccer Saturday.
Miyazaki?
Miyazaki was outstanding, and there's no doubt in my mind he'd be decent on the ice.
Susan Boyle?
No.
She told me that was just one side of her. So I think Susan Boyle could be decent on the ice, gliding around to I Dreamed a Dream, the whole audience in tears.
Yeah.
Who else could be decent on Dancing on Ice?
I'm just trying to think.
It feels like if you sat down and spent a lot of time like debating this, we could come up with like a really good cast.
Yeah, a decent lineup. Let's think. Ted Cheeseman could be a wild card pick.
Yeah, could do. I had a name there, but it's gone.
Michael Cole.
Michael Cole, I mean, odds of quality. I'd love to watch Michael Cole. Kofi Kingston would be elite.
No.
I quite see Karma.
Oh, now Karma would break the ice.
Big. Is that a weight joke?
With all due respect to Karma, she's a brute.
Nia Jax would be a good one. Big woman. Who else would be quality on Dancing on Ice? I want about 80, so I want to complete a lineup.
Big Daddy V.
Big Daddy V could be a good one. Butterbean would be a good one.
Yes, absolutely. John Carew.
John Carew, the man from Norway.
Yeah.
Florent Malouda. Ryan Babel.
Yeah.
Graham Norton.
Norton would be a cracker.
I'd love to get Graham on. What about ice hockey? What about like fighting on ice? I quite see.
Oh, that's another television program.
Yeah,
Fighting on ice.
Yeah, I think it'd be decent. What about Alan Carr versus Jonathan Ross on ice? I feel like you're really getting in the ratings. Actually, let's dismiss all these TV companies. Why aren't we just on board? Lesbians on the Cobbles, Fighting on Ice, Youth Hostling with Chris Eubank, Yachting Mishaps, which is a programme I'll let you pitch very quickly.
Yeah, basically, Yachting Mishaps.
David Tennant on Ice, sorry, go on. Go on.
Some funny, some tragic, you know. Yeah, who else?
Yeah, this yachting programme, quick one. How are you gonna, like, sort of do this? Because if you have too many, like, you can't have, like, somebody having a barbecue on ice and shit, hot dog's gone overboard, ha 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 ha, and then have somebody fall off a yacht and be eaten by sharks. It feels like it's a weird dynamic in your show.
It'll just literally be like rich people crashing on yachts, that sort of thing. Like, some tragic, some hilarious, obviously, like I said earlier on.
Yeah. Very quickly, your bank account is about to go bust. I'll be surprised if you're not going to Loan Sharks. It's Cheltenham Horse Racing Festival. Take it away, please.
Yeah, basically just a passing comment. March only means one thing for any normal person, and that is Cheltenham. I can't wait for this, although the standard of horse isn't overly brilliant, as good as it has been in recent years, but I still get excited for the Cheltenham Festival. I cannot wait, and my tip is at a short price, obviously. It's Footpad. It wins that race every day. And if you're listening, Dave Allen, he doesn't get beat. Thank you.
Yeah. I actually used Footpad in an argument a few weeks ago.
Hashtag Footpad, yeah.
I got told, well, a girl had posted, what did she post? Something like she's sick of having no men, like, being around or showing interest in her.
Yeah.
And I replied that somebody was en route, on way to see her. To which this girl started giving me a lot of grief, and I told her we got off the wrong foot. Hashtag Footpad, yeah. Can't really remember the conversation too well. It was definitely funnier than that, but I'm not doing it justice.
And Footpad has never been on the wrong foot. He's been foot perfect. Go on, Footpad. Anyway.
Pitch perfect. Anyway, another horrible story this week. Sir Roger Bannister has passed away. Of course, he was the first runner to do a mile in under 4 minutes. Yeah, it's just horrible. A tragedy, of course. And our thoughts are with his family and friends. Mother's Day coming up this weekend. Have you got Helen anything nice?
Not as yet, but even if I did, I wouldn't reveal it on this. Yes, I'm really excited for Mother's Day. I like to portray my sort of what am I going to say here? What's the frigging word? My appreciation. Jesus wept. It's appreciation for my mum. She's a really lovely mum. And it's on Mother's Day. I like to give her a present and a card.
Yeah. I think, well, I've gone and got my mum David Essex Greatest Hits. That's what I've gone for. She's a huge David Essex fan, so that's what I've gone for. And I think I'm getting her a book on Maeve Binchy.
It was absolutely fantastic. It was David Essex in EastEnders.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway.
Also, Mo Harris, what a throwback, is now my Instagram DP.
Oh, Natalie Cassidy. Lesbians on the cobbles.
Pat Butcher.
Pat Butcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all coming down.
We've got to line up.
Get in.
God, how many of these? I mean, we're paying out the big bucks, but hopefully we'll get a few on.
Yeah, hopefully.
Anyway.
So we're breaking the Channel 5 bank.
Anyway, in closing, we're massively behind you, Scott Quigg. You can do the business out in LA against Oscar Valdez. We believe in you. He's a monster puncher, but you are too. Go get the job done. To play us out this week, it's your walk-on song, Rock and Roll Star.
My life in the city, and there's no easy way out. The day's moving just too fast for me. I need some time in the sunshine, gotta slow it right down. The day's moving just too fast for me. I live my life for the stars to shine. People say it's just a waste of time. Then they said I should beat my head. Well, that to me was just a day in bed. I'm gonna take my car and drive real far. You're not concerned about the way we are. In my mind, my dreams are real. And are you concerned about